Happy Friday, everybody. It's Stas here. Welcome back to another video. So we're going to break down SoFi in this one, the charts, my thoughts. I think it's been almost a week since our last SoFi update. I forget how long it's been. So we're going to break down everything around SoFi, what's going on, some insider buying that's going on right now, and we'll break down the charts here in terms of the overall markets, the indexes. We'll break down a bunch in this video, so hit the like button, make sure to subscribe, and you guys might as well get your free stocks from Moomoo with at least a $100 deposit. All of the details are down below. Check out the QR code right here, or just go to stasurfest.com/Moomoo. And with that being said, cheers, let's dive into it. So it's currently about noon on the East Coast, and we have all the indexes except for the Dow in the red. Actually, no, wait a second. I thought the Dow just went in the red, but it's actually up 0.1% as we have the Russell down 0.3%. The NASDAQ is getting demolished, down 1.6%, and we have the S&P down about 0.6, 0.7% as the VIX is up around 1%. So big tech today, guys. Tech in general is getting hit. It looks like here some of the biggest tech names down are Amazon down 2.5%. Same with Meta. Nvidia's taken a bit of a haircut, down 2.3%. Microsoft's down 2.2%. Looks like Google, which is my biggest individual stock holding, that's down 1.1%. And let's see what else here, guys. Apple's down 0.6. You name it, man. Every big tech stock, it seems like, is getting nailed. Did I mention Tesla? Tesla's down almost 3%. So, yeah, a lot of red across the board today, which, is it surprising? Not really, considering how much the stock market has been going up. And look, even with this sell-off, we're still above the 180 moving average. Obviously, the uptrend is holding still here on SPY. And look, this could very well be where we get a bounce, potentially, at some point next week. Although, now that I'm looking at it, we did momentarily sell off under the 180 moving average back in April here on SPY. That lasted for about a week or two. Then we rebounded over it, so that could potentially happen again. But as of now, we're above the 180 on SPY and on Triple Q. Let me pull that up and show you guys. Look at that. With it being down 1.7% on the day, we're still above the 180 moving average, and we're right at it now pretty much. So will buyers come in? Will we get selling through that moving average? Time will tell, guys, but as of now, bulls are still looking pretty good. And SoFi, well, the bulls aren't looking as good here, and the stock is still pretty flat. The stock's still flat at $6.80 to $7 per share, and on the day, it's actually down almost 2%, and this has been the story with SoFi, right? It's been stuck at about $6.80, $7, $7.20, pretty much ever since, it looks like here, the beginning of March. So we're almost at the 3-month point that SoFi has been flat around this, area. And quite frankly, it was at about $6.50, $7 back in the end of last year as well, in November and December. So other than that run up to $10, and obviously we've had multiple spikes to $10, to $9.50, $9, mid-eights, right? Other than those spikes, which haven't held, those gains did not hold. Other than those, we've been stuck at about $7, $6.50, $7.50, that general dollar range. So I don't know, man. What's going to give? For this stock to move, man, we're going to need a big piece of news, killer earnings next go around. Something's got to happen here to get this stock out of the funk that it's been in. And I've been on record saying I think SoFi is easily a $10 plus stock, $15, dare I say $20 at some point. Maybe not today. I don't think it's worth $20 today necessarily, but at some point in the future, I feel like it could get to $20, and arguably it's worth $10 to $15, $10 to $12 per share today. I don't know, based on my opinion from what I've gathered. What do you guys think about that? But overall, it looks like the descending triangle is still intact, right? Maybe we start going mid-sixes. 640 is the low from November. Maybe we trade in that little window in the next coming days, coming weeks. Time will tell. But yeah, that's kind of where we are. And like I said, man, we've been stuck here for quite some time. So let me actually come over to this page right here to show you guys Anthony Noto is still buying. He actually bought more shares a couple of days ago. Let me pull this up and show you guys what we're looking at here. So you all remember, I think it might have been the last SoFi update we did. Noto ended up buying 29,000, a little under 29,000 shares of stock. You guys can actually see it right here if I can zoom in a bit. So this was on the 3rd. The purchase date was on the 3rd of May. Well, actually, that was about a month ago now. He bought 28,775 shares. You guys see that at $6.90, just under a $200,000 buy. So that was on the 3rd of May. Then on the 23rd of May, about a week ago, which we covered in my last video, SoFi CEO Anthony Noto bought another roughly 29,000 shares at $6.91, another $200,000 buy right there. Then the day after that, which we haven't covered yet, guess what? He bought another 28,000, almost 29,000 shares at $6.92. Just under $200,000 right there. And you guys notice a pattern here? Yeah, I'm noticing a pattern. Noto continues to buy as the stock is under $7. And all the buys that we see here, which go back to 2022, I think these buys total about $15 million here, and no sales, by the way, 0 sales from Anthony Noto. Good sign. The last thing you want to see is the CEO selling stock. I get sometimes they do that. It's not the end of the world, but the last thing you want to see is a CEO selling a lot of stock at once, right? So he hasn't sold any stock. All he's doing is buying, and all the buys he's made, if you guys look here at the share prices, don't focus too much on the shares bought or the dollar value, but just look at the share price here. These are buys going back to 2022, about 2 years ago. He was buying at $6.90, $6.60, $6.29, and the 5s here, and the 4s he was buying. Look at that. He put a massive, massive, massive buy at $4.41, a $5 million buy, guys. He bought 1.1 million shares at $4.40. That was back in December 2022, so about a year and a half ago he did that. And yeah, I mean, this guy just keeps on buying shares, 180,000, 45,000, 50,000, and the list goes on. So Anthony Noto bought more shares of SoFi, guys. And coming back here to the charts, based on his previous buying history, he's probably going to buy more if this thing goes into the mid-6s and, of course, under $6 per share, which for me as a shareholder, my average is right around $6.80, $7, right in that ballpark. This gives me confidence that the CEO continues to buy. It gives me more and more confidence as a shareholder. I like that. Again, I would not like it if he was selling a bunch of shares, selling a bunch of his position, although I get sometimes they do that. It is what it is. But yeah, he's not doing that, which I'm liking. So what do you guys think about that? Are you buying more SoFi? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I actually haven't bought any in about 2 weeks now. It's been a little bit, maybe actually more than that. But I bought a lot of this stock, guys, before this big run up to 1050, and of course after it sold off. So it's not fully built out yet for me, the position, but I'm not just crazy on buying it every single week like I am with other stocks right now. I've been buying Ulta Beauty. I've been buying Palantir, a couple other names as well. I'm looking at Lulu very heavily, Lululemon, although not the most excited about that one per se. I feel like if we get into tougher economic times, Lulu could be affected even more. I mean, people's discretionary income, their spending rather, they're not spending as much on things like Lululemon, but hey, I'm watching it. It's been down a lot. So there's a lot of stocks I'm looking at. SoFi is not the only one. So I've been buying a good amount of stocks these days. And SoFi might be on the list for next week to add some more to. We'll see how it goes, guys. Of course, in my Patreon, you get all access to my buys, sells, returns in my Patreon portfolio. You get access to the Discord chat. So if you guys want to be a part of that, I'll pop a QR code right here. The link's here as well. Or just simply go down below to StasserFest.com/Patreon. You might as well join it. Shameless plug. And with that being said, guys, cheers. I'll see you in the next one.